Merry Bowl season, everyone. I'm Brett Gibbons with thelines.com, and today we're breaking down the Serve Pro First Responder Bowl between Utah State and Memphis. Before we get into it, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the Lines YouTube channel, as we're here breaking down all 41 bowl games this postseason, plus the national championship game when that comes time. But looking at the First Responder Bowl, we got Utah State, we got Memphis. Memphis is 7.5-point favorite. Kicks off Tuesday, December 22nd at 3:15 p.m. Eastern on ESPN. It's got an over-under of 60.5 points, and that's important. I'll come back to it. But it is played at Gerald J. Ford Stadium in Dallas, which is home to SMU, making it one of 12 FBS stadiums to also host a bowl game. But Utah State, they are going to be without quite a bit. Most notably, a 1,000-yard rusher, Calvin Tyler, prolific running back, kind of carries the offense. He's off to the NFL, so he's not playing in this game, which leads their quarterback as now their leading rusher. And they're also missing some depth pieces in the backfield here. And for a team that's very run heavy, that's pretty concerning. So when you look at Utah State, they commit the most penalty yards per game right now. It was Eastern Michigan, but they cleaned it up in their bowl game. So Utah State is now committing the most penalty yards per game. That's 77.5. They're mediocre on early down on offense, 58th in EPA. They're terrible on early downs on defense. They're 105th in EPA, 108th in red zone scoring, but 103rd in red zone scoring allowed. There's just not really a strong resume for them to play, to bet on. You look at the two best teams that they played, Boise State and Fresno State, and they were not competitive. So I don't really know if I'm excited to be laying points here with Utah State. And if you look at Memphis, they have last year's bowl game kind of pulled out from underneath them. They pulled the rug out from underneath them. They had traveled out to Hawaii to play in the Hawaii Bowl, and then Hawaii canceled because of COVID concerns. And so Memphis didn't get to play in a bowl game last year. Now they're going to be excited to get back into it because they earned it last year, didn't get to play out on the field. They earned it again this year. Now it gets to play out on the field. And if you look at it, 71% of the handles on Memphis, 76% of the handles actually on the over, but only 50% of bets are on the over. So you're looking at larger bets there on over 60.5 points. Utah State, they are just terrible against the run, 113th in EPA per rush allowed, and 120th in yards per rush. That's over 5 yards a carry. So you would think that Memphis, knowing this, would lean heavily into their run game, despite having a far below average run rate. But as we've seen in bowl games already, it's called the fallacy of sound coaching. We expect coaches to make the correct decisions because of statistical data or trends or just common freaking knowledge. And that's not always the case. That is a fallacy to be saying, well, I'm betting on it because that's what the coaching staff's going to do. Not the case. We've seen it a lot this bowl season. A lot of teams like, what are we doing? So I don't know if Memphis is going to fall into that category or not. All I'm saying is you would expect them to run more. That may not always be the case. So I don't love Memphis on this side of 7. I don't love it with the hook. If it was at 7, maybe 6.5, sure. Yeah, you can go ahead and lay the points there. But I think there's a good look at the over in this one. There's one terrible defense, Utah State. Both teams are top 25 in plays per game. They're running high tempo offenses, a lot of plays, a lot of pace. And Utah State giving up big explosive plays. And Memphis is also giving up an above average number of 20-plus yard plays. So we're looking at maybe a couple of opportunities here for two teams to get explosive chunk plays. And this total has actually come down a little bit from 62 at opening. So you're fine on closing line value. If you want to wait a little bit, that's cool too. See if maybe you can get it down to maybe 60 square or maybe even below 60. And you can also give a look, I think, at Memphis's team total. You can bet over that because I don't think Utah State is really going to have an answer for them at all. So I like the point total. I like Memphis over team total. If you can find under 7, maybe you can lay the points with Memphis here, but they're not so large and by far better. I don't think in this game that it gives me a lot of confidence to do that. So I like the points play on here. But go ahead and hop on over to our Discord, where you can connect with over 4,000 sports betting fans. You get live updates in our college football server, opt-outs, transfers, injuries, coaching changes. I think most of the coaching is over by now, but anything important that you need to know, betting the bulk of the games that are ahead of us, you'll find it in our college football server. Plus, it's a terrific community. You can debate. You can get maybe some helpful hints that I didn't say on here that you didn't know beforehand. It's an awesome community. Please join our Discord. And if you click on the hashtag Rolls server and drop an emoji under my name, you'll get notifications to your phone every time I place a bet, because when I place a bet, I'm putting it in Discord for all to see. But don't forget to subscribe to Lines YouTube for daily bowl videos just like this one, and comment what side you lean in the First Responder Bowl. But thanks as always for watching. I'm Brett Gibbons, and have a very merry bowl season.